What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My bad. Took a little bit. I was a little busy. We are at Kingdom 865. Now, the chapter begin with the Great Qin Zhao War. The two army going at it. It's the third day, and they're just murdering each other. The chapter is called King of the Stateless Area. We are on the we are on the northern battlefield, which is the Osen battlefield. Osen's second general, he replaced Makon, the one who died at the Giao, the Seki Plain. Zhao, no, he didn't die there. Yeah, he died there. And he is the new general that replaced the second general, Osen Sama. The Anke army has already taken out the enemy's first wave. His name is Ankai. He is the general that replaced Manquao, the second commander of the Osen army, technically Osen's left-hand man. What terrifying strength, and even against that Khan Saro, I wonder if they earn highest merit again today. Second Division General Ankai, he may have plenty of experience under his belt, but this is still his first time in a war of this size. Olsen's Olsen's other commander are telling Olsen this. Olsen, he's not saying nothing, he's staring into the battlefield. On the first day of the Great Qinjiao War, looking at the armies as a whole, the Olsen army advanced left, then with a slight advantage. On the second day, they advances and fall off the various army led to an overall stalemate. However, even on the second day, the Olsen army was the only one to maintain their advantage, pushing the Shibasho army further. So technically, on the first day, the Olsen army pushed them a little back. The second day was a stalemate. The third day, the Olsen army ended up pushing the Shibasho army a little further back. Now, Kansaro, he was the one that fought against the Osen army and ended up killing Maku and all of them other general. Now, Osen ended up replacing all his new general, his first commander, second commander, mostly all of them, except for them two. And then on the third day, the reborn Osen army continued their advance with 2nd Division General Ankai's army, forcing the Kansaro army to begin their retreat. I believe it was Osen's first general is Naraku, his second general is Ankai, and then he has another general Riju and another general Shinsho. Those are the new general that replaced all Osen's previous general that he lost, that got killed against Kansaro, except for Soan. He's the only one that stayed. The Ankai army is advancing. The Kansaro army is on the retreat. The new 2nd Division general has won against Kansaro 3 days in a row. Unbelievable. These are Suwon's soldier. Suwon's basically his commander. Now, Suwon, they are the one that survived Kansaro. He's the one that went to Kansaro's camp and basically begged for his women back. And she was given back to him. The king of the stateless area, Ankai is? Yeah, that's what I heard. Okay. Osen's second general, Ankai, he was the king of the stateless area. Even with China divided into its various municipal municipalities, it's full of undeveloped area. The stateless refugees, criminals, they all drift and eventually come together, and where they settle become a lawless area, subject to no country's control. There's a countless number of these big, small, and everything in between. West of the Tanhai Mountain, in a vast, lawless area, Ankai's faction forced all the other to yield to them with sheer strength. Apparently, Osen Sama heard tell of his battle, heard tales of his battle prowess, and extended in him an invitation. So Osen heard basically what he was doing was what Yotana was doing, but instead of the mountain, it was the stateless area. He went around the stateless area, and with his power and his strength, he gathered them all up together, and he became the king of that little area. Osen heard of him, and Osen invited him to be one of Osen's general. I see. So that's why he's the one that I can't stand the most. The most. Are there other people you can't stand? I hate everyone as a rule. Haha. This is Suwan's woman talking. He's a piece of shit, but in ally, his strength is beyond helpful. I get wet. This the chick, Suwan's woman. I get wet for someone with dignity and grace like Suwan Sama. Oi, don't talk like that here. But there's one thing that is still bothering me. Is the Kansara army really so weak as to retreat like this? I didn't think so either. Swan and his women don't think that the Kansara army is actually getting beaten. They think that they don't think that they're retreating for no reason. So they assume that something's up. Now we flashes to the scene changes to Ankai and his army, and his army, they're all happy, they're cheering. Ankai Sama, we crushed the second wave. The enemy is retreating even further. Cuckoo, chase after them. Yes, sir. Now this is Ankai talking. That's Kansaro of the Shibusha army. He killed my predecessor, and this is all he got? The guys I fought in the stateless area had more balls than this. Damn right. That's because our world is way more brutal than this. No dream, no hope, just survival. Kill or be killed, and keep on killing. Way different than out here. In our world, think he even lasts 3 days? No, no fucking way. At any rate, this Kansaro is a huge disappointment. Fear for his great strength, my ass. Ankai is basically talking shit about Kansaro, and he's saying that Kansaro won't last in the stateless area where he's from. They're mocking him, which means that the guy who lost to him before, those Aku and Manku, they were small fries compared to me. This is the worst. His other soldiers, they're saying this is boring. Let's hurry up and slaughter these guys so everyone knows our strain, friend or foe. They're all happy, and all of a suddenly their left flank get attacked. They all turn their head to look. Urgent report: the left side was ambushed by the enemy. An enemy ambush? Where the hell were they hiding? They came from those wood on the far left. They keep on coming out. And then Ankai, he goes, was that your plan from the beginning? Another report, the left. They're being flanked by a strong enemy. Shut the fuck up, I can see that. Huh? Be careful of those woods. Stay away from them. They're too far to ambush us again. Build rank on the left. So Ankai won his rank, his left side to build rank. So basically, build a formation. All right, our flank attack on the main army begins here. Don't pull in any further. Begin the counter offensive. Hooah! Now these are the Kansaro army. Raise the flag. it seems like they appear out of nowhere, but they came from the left forest further back in. What the? Where did they come from? Push them back. Stop their movement. And now Ankai, he's thinking they were just pretending to struggle. We can't break the melee. We can't form rank. The Ankai soldier, they can't break and they can't form rank. They're basically struggling. And the Kansaro army, they're pushing pretty deep in, pouring from the left side. And now Kansaro, Ankai, he goes, I see. So this is what they call a hunting ground. Kansaro. It was a trap. The Kansaro army pretended to retreat, while the Ankai army, they get a boost of morale, and then they think they're the shit, so they're pushing in. They're following Kansaro's retreat, but it turns out it was a trap. As soon as they came into that little area, Kansaro's army flanked them from the left. That army was hiding in a forest further back where they couldn't see, but they were able to sneak up beside their left and attack them. Now both the front and the sides getting attacked. Now Kansaro, he goes first, take the head of that fool they call second division general, and then crush them all. All the other Kwansanro's soldiers, they're cheering. Here and now, we will exterminate Osen's second general. Yes, sir. And they started killing Ankai's soldier. Now the scene changes to Osen's headquarters, and his his general, his other soldier, his commanders are standing beside him, and they are talking. They go, wait a minute, the Ankai army, they're being flanked from the left, but it's continuing to the center. This is bad. Ankai is, and then Osen, he don't say nothing. He just keeps staring. It changes back to the Ankai battlefield. Hold the area in front of Ankai Sama. Close rank. They're coming. I can see the general. Is it okay for us to slay him? I don't care. Kill him. Understood. Kansaro is telling his soldier that if they see the general, that they see the general, and he don't care, that they should just kill the general Ankai. Kansaro Sama, urgent report. What's wrong? An attack from the right. The enemy has sent reinforcement. So through Kansaro's right flank, Suwon attacks. Suwon rushed the right flank, and Ankai and his soldier, they're kind of shocked. They're like reinforcement from behind. It's the Suwon army. Now, Kansaro Sama, these new reinforcements have halted our movement. They're moving too fast for us. They're tearing through our right flank. Kansamo, he's thinking, oh, Suwon, huh? And Suwon, he's thinking Kansaro. These guys, they're gay thinking about each other. And Suwon's woman, she goes, I'm heading out to my unit. They'll need order. She lost her arm in the previous war against Kansaro's army. And that's why she was basically captured and healed. And then Suwon went to their camp to ask for her back. And Suwon says, your arm, make sure to not enter the fray. She goes, well then, understood. Wait, Shiryu, before you said that you would get wet for someone with dignity and grace like me. Does that mean that you would get wet for someone who isn't me? And Shiryu, she just laughed. Shiryu is Kansaro's woman's name. Shiryu. She laughed. She go, what a stupid question. Let's go. We're circling around and taking Kansaro's head. Vice Commander, Shiryu-sama. And then she goes, who's with me? All of her soldiers start cheering, and they rush Kansaro's battlefield and start cutting down the Zhao soldiers. And even though with one arm, she does a lot of damage, cutting the soldier left and right. And then Suan goes, "Huh, you really are the greatest woman." Now the scene changes to Kansaro, and he's staring at Suan and Shiryu, and he sees that they're putting into a lot of damage on his soldiers. And then his soldier asks him, "Kansaro, he switched directions?" And then Kansaro, he goes, "Out of respect for your courage, I'm releasing the both of you. Go." This was when it's a little flashback of when Suan came and asked for his woman, and Kansaro says, "Out of respect for your courage, I'm releasing the both of you. Go." And then Suan says, "Thank you. I will never forget my debt to you." Kansaro says, "Yes, of course." And now back to the main battlefield, present time. Suan's thinking, "Kansaro, here, you're an enemy general on the battlefield. Don't think poorly of me." Because he's thinking because Kansaro released them last time, but this time he's killing all their soldiers. He's saying, "Don't think badly of me because this is a battlefield." And then he goes, "Form a pincer movement with the Shiryu unit and take Kansaro's head." It, the scene changes back to Osen's headquarters. The Ankai army was saved thanks to Suan's reinforcement. Thank the heavens Suan managed to move so quickly. He really read the situation. And then Osen finally talked. "Send Riju in behind the Naraku army." All his other commanders, they're like, "Huh? As reinforcement?" But the Naraku army is in good standing. And Osen says, "Hurry! Shut up and just listen to me. It's almost time for Shibusha army to make its move." And then you can see the last page of the scene. Shibusha and his armies, they're starting to charge. They're starting to set out towards the battlefield. In the chapter, there will be a break next week, I believe. No, no break. So let's get a quick summary. We read this and then we get a quick summary. So for the chapter begin with the Osen army, and they are fighting the Shibusho army. The first day, it's the third day of the war now. The first day, they end up pushing them back a little bit. The second day became kind of like a stalemate. The third day, they end up pushing them back more, but technically it wasn't a push. It was the Kansaro army tricking them, purposely retreating so the Ankai army could think that they're in a advantage and move forward to get to to only get flanked by the Kansaro army. But Suwon and Shiryu, they know this because they know that the Kansaro army is not this weak. So they end up rushing behind the Ankai army to reinforce them and were able to stop them from getting annihilated and to stop them from killing Second General Ankai. And now Osen, as soon as all this happens, and Osen hears all of this, Osen told his messenger to tell Riju to go back Naraku, Naraku is the first general, and Riju is another general. So Osen tells the messenger to tell Riju to go reinforce Naraku because Shibusho's his main army is attacking now. It's gonna start to attack, and the chapter ends. So this was 865. No, right. We will come with 866 real soon. No, right.